Oh, wow. Oh, that's a pretty... Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be searching through a little back bay creek system for some striped bass. Now I'm excited to give this a shot because it's almost October, which means the fall run's heating up and some bigger fish are moving into the shallower, skinny water. So I've got my little back bay set up with me and my tiny little creek lure collection that I've assembled over this summer when this style of fishing has become a new obsession of mine. So I'm excited to take this out here and see if we can potentially pull a decent sized fish on this light tackle. All right, guys, spot number one, we're going to start out with the spook I actually used in my last video because it's one of the only ones I got left. I lost a couple in between. All right, I don't think they really want the spook. Or at least not yet anyway. Maybe they'll want it closer to sundown. So I'm gonna try a lure that I've been doing well with at night. We're gonna go with the stick shad next. I was walking to the next spot and I found this little tiny like pond, but the bait's just blowing up back here. I think there's something on them. Okay, so there's definitely something in here going after this bait, but it's a little too grown in for me to fish right now. So we're gonna keep moving on to the next little stream over here. So instead of the Sabile, we are gonna go with the same spook we started with and give that a shot. Can't even cast too hard because I'll just land on the other side of the creek. Oh, wow, that didn't take much. All right, a little bit of mud on them, but not a bad start. First fish I've ever caught back here, and this is quite a blast to catch them in waterways that are just so tiny. There's probably some bigger fish in there though, so let's get them back.
This.
All right, let's see how close these guys will hit. Oh, I was like 2 feet off the bank. Just couldn't stay clean for the camera. A little bit bigger than the last one, but I'm hoping there's some fish like twice the size in here. So let's hurry up and get this one back. So I'm convinced if I keep fishing this thing, I'm probably just gonna keep hammering bass on it. So I'm going to try out a technique that I've often used at night and had success with. Now, there's clearly a lot of small bass in here, but I'm thinking there's also probably a few bigger ones in. A lot of fish, probably 10 to 15 inches, but I'm guessing there's probably a few, or hoping, over 20 inches. So we're gonna throw on a bigger lure to try and single out those bigger fish. And I have a perfect one for this little light back base setup, a little 1 ounce cotton cordell pencil popper. I also just love fishing pencil poppers because they're so like noisy and fish tend to hit them very aggressively. Okay, well, when I land in the right spot. Yeah. Yeah, this is also how you know it's a fall run, guys, because you're literally chasing after the fish as the blitz moves up and down the beach. Oh. One more thing I really like about fishing this time of year, the water's a little bit cooler. Like it's not 75 degrees like it would be if you were fishing this area early September. So because it's a little bit cooler, the bass recover much faster. They take off to where I'm confident they're gonna be just fine. Oh my God. That's like the worst when you go to cast at a blitz and you miss it by like a foot. I mean, that's not much better, but. Okay guys, so thankfully the tide's coming in, which gives me a minute to tie on another lure and get my pencil popper back. Oh, there it is. So guys, a little tip for when you have to recover your lure. It's difficult to just cast straight at that thing and line it up. So whatever direction the wind's blowing, like for example, the wind's blowing to my left now, I'm gonna cast to my right, a little bit, to the right of the lure, let the wind take the line around my lure, and then hopefully hook it. It sucks that pencil popper had the biggest hooks on it of everything I have with me. And like I said, that would really come in handy right about now. Oh, come on. Guys, a fish just hit that thing while I was trying to bring my lure in. That actually would have sucked a little bit. So yeah, lure recovery, not the most fun part of fishing, a little more stressful. But yeah, if you know how to line up the wind and you know how to line up your lure right. Also, it helps to use a floating lure because you don't want it to be sinking while you're trying to hook the other lure. If you follow that method, you can definitely save some of your lures doing this. All right, cool. We got the pencil popper back, and oh man, and the blitz is still going right there. Oh wow. I always try and put it right in front of where the blitz is heading, because I feel like that's just the best place to get their attention while they're aggressively chasing that bait. This grass is actually like perfect to bring these guys into. It kind of just cushions them. I don't like to leave them in the water with the leader for too long, because when they thrash around like that, they can just snap your plug right off. And certainly had that happen more than once. Another little guy. Oh, this one's a little bigger. Not by much, but a little bit. Guys, look at the pattern on this one. The broken stripes, the way that came in. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's a pretty good pull up. So the school bass is like hanging out in this little tiny pool back here right now.
Where are you going?
Maybe I can just, yeah, there's water. So now they're like way down there where I can't really walk to right now, at the opening of that other little creek. Probably at the very end of my cast. Which thankfully this thing casts really, really well. So we should be able to reach one. Yep, there we go. Oh, they're like blue shell crabs following me. Perfect. So the tides come in enough, the water's like 8 inches deep in the eelgrass, he just swam himself back out. So that works for me. All right guys, so the sun's going down. We're gonna start heading back, but this was like as far over as we could walk. So on our way back, we're gonna swing by all those spots that we caught fish at earlier and see what we can catch before the sun dips back down. Oh God, you're right, look at that. That was cool. Probably the tiniest fish of the night, but he hit that like 2 feet off the bank. All right guys, so the tide is coming up, almost to the top of my boots now. The sun's going down. They're actually still blowing up behind me right now, but I lost track of how many fish this thing caught today. So I really don't think that trip could have gone any better. I will definitely be coming back here for future videos as the fall run progresses and the bigger fish show up. This is my first time fishing here, like I said earlier in the video, and it is a great spot. Can only imagine what it would be like with like some 30, 35 inch bass back here. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you on a later tide.